Hello, good morning, everyone. Here is another beautiful day, another beautiful week, another trading week. Quickly, I want us to look at a few pairs together. If you have been following this channel, you recall that a few weeks back we did analyze together a few pairs, and one of those pairs was GBPJPY. The last time we spoke about GBPJPY and a few other similar pairs, our position was a short one. We took short positions on all GBP, JPY, on all JPY pairs, GBPJPY being one of them. So this morning I want us to look at why a short position may need to be closed uh, for a short time. If you remember, if you could recall, you remember that our position was looking at how GBPJPY broke down the barrier around here, broke it down around here. Then we had this, if you remember, if you could recall, we had this, and we're looking at the fact that this particular barrier here, from this point to this point, was broken down, was retested. But what we currently see is a possibility of another bullish uh, move before the short position or before the short trend will continue. Ultimately and overall, the position, the trend still remains bearish. But in the meantime, we're going to be looking at a possibility of moving up a bit. And for this reason, we'll be looking at two possible scenarios. The first scenario could be that after this impulse down to point A, then we had this point called labeled small letter A, and we had this point B in red. So we're looking at the possibility of another move up to point C, which will be another triangle. And if that happens, we're going to be looking at a breakdown of this around here before we'll be looking at another short position. But in the meantime, like I said at the beginning, we're going to be looking at a bullish move in the meantime. So if this continues, we have two possible scenarios. It could be that when the market reaches this level, it's going to make a downward turn, or it could go as far as this point. It could go as far as from here. It could break this barrier labeled AC. It could break it and move up all the way to this point. If that happens, the overall bearish trend still remains. Like whether it is here, whether it is this point, label C, or the market moves beyond C to this point here, the fact remains that overall the trend is still very bearish. And if that happens, that will even be a better opportunity for us. Then we'll be monitoring the price at this point, also monitor it at this point. If the trend changes at this point, if the correction is over this point, we will see a sign that it is time to now go bearish. If it is this point, we also see a sign. You have to wait until then before you can take a bold move. But for now, we'll be monitoring the market. We'll be monitoring the markets. We'll be looking at the pair. We're monitoring it until it gets to this point. For now, a bullish move in the opposite direction, opposite trend, seems to be the order of the day. Until this point, we'll not consider another short position. And as you can see around here, you will see that we're taking a bullish position for now, temporarily, until we have, until we see the market around this price. I mean, until we see the market around this price, around here, around here. So that is when we'll be looking at a possible bearish position downwards. Overall, like I said, it remains bearish because the overall trend is the correction here is we're looking at a possibility of wave four, which is bearish if that happens. And if that doesn't happen, if it breaks it and continues, then that might mean that wave four has been completed around there. But I'll keep you posted. I don't want everything muddled up. I don't want you to be confused. Continue to monitor the pairs as it progresses. So that is what I intended to share with you this morning, and have a blessed week, profitable week ahead. Thank you.